Frankfort Wildcats coaches corner a service of Blue Valley Technologies, Wanklin Oil, M&R Auto Parts, Bat Tire, and the First National Bank in Frankfort.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
3, 2, 1.
Did the new year bring new devices in your home? You might want to increase your internet speed. If you up your speed this month, you get a $20.23 bill credit for 3 months to kick off 2023. New Blue Valley Internet customers also get a $20.23 bill credit for 3 months. Visit bluevalley.net/2023.
Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's a standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
I love my community bank because I received personal service after hours. When I was in a bind at a store, I made a quick phone call and they helped me resolve the problem. They were there for me when I really needed it. At First National Bank, they're not just my banker. They're my neighbor, friend, and an active part of my community.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be a community bank. Member FDIC.
Joined now by Ben Steinlage, head coach of the Frankfort boys team. Coach, I want to take you back to last Friday's game before we talk about Monday. You played Washington there. First league win there of the season. Was there to watch that one. What did you take away from that one?
Unlike kind of Tuesday when we played Onega, we had a lead late and just didn't score the last 4 minutes. Just didn't make winning plays. I thought it was kind of the opposite on Friday, and we had stretches of not scoring, but I thought we did a better job of stopping runs and stopping the bleeding, so to speak, and had some stops at the end when we needed to, and we didn't have the long droughts offensively that we had in games that we probably should have won and didn't. So hopefully saw a little growth there, and obviously happy for the kids to be able to experience a win.
You've talked about that, making winning plays, and I had, like I said, chance there for the Washington and Frankfort game. And when I looked at that boys game, I thought, boy, it's going to be a very competitive game. I know the records for both the teams weren't going to be the same, but like you said, you ended up with those winning plays, and your team has been so close this season. So what have the boys taken away from those, close losses, you hope?
Yeah, I hope it's that every possession matters, and we talked about this, reference the Onega game. The stuff happening in the game with turnovers or missed assignments or box outs is magnified because it's the most recent thing on your brain. You have the recency bias, but really, if you go back and watch film, you can make it's the same thing in the first, second, third quarter. Missed box outs or layups or silly turnovers, all that stuff. It matters, and hopefully we're starting to realize that a little more. We can't, nobody can. We especially cannot afford to take plays off or have, lapses in judgment and not be locked in all the time just because of our youth. And, we just haven't played as much basketball as other teams have. So that's kind of a main takeaway, hopefully, that they have gotten from it, that, we've got to be locked in all the time and you've got to compete, all the time. That's not just a basketball thing. You got to be ready to go in life as well and locked in.
Teaching life lessons along the way, and this season's not over, but you mentioned, a younger team. How excited are you for these boys to, get another, summer and whole year to be able to compete going on into the off season? Yeah,
as long as they're committed to doing what they need to do to learn from this year and realize that, we've got to transform our bodies a little bit and keep getting in the weight room and working on our quickness and things like that, and obviously get in the gym and keep, refining our games, raising our basketball IQ. Some of that can be done, while not being, in a gym or a weight room, watching some more basketball and learning from stuff on whether it's TV or whatever. So potential is there, and that's also kind of a loaded word. We've got to be willing to go to reach that potential ourselves.
That's a good point. Doesn't get brought up very much. We do talk about that word a lot, but you have to be willing to take that next step. And I guess last game for you here, Sub-State getting kicked off. You guys travel out to take on a tough Osborne team. How are you going to be able to compete and hopefully come away with a victory and continue this season?
Well, one thing we're battle tested. The TVL is, and it's been said for countless years now, is probably the toughest small school league in the state. So we've been through the gauntlet. We can't let the trip beat us, and Osborne's good. They're going to get us in us defensively. They're going to pressure us, do some various things in terms of trapping, ball screen or other stuff in the full court. So we got to be able to handle pressure, and they've got a couple of kids that can get downhill and get to the rim, a couple posts that are real physical. So like I said, it goes back to being locked in every possession and being ready to go and knowing the scout and going and competing, and then whatever happens, happens.
Letting the ball roll and see how she goes. End of the day, that's all you can do. Coach, that's all I've got for you. Again, joined by Ben Steinlage, head coach of the Frankfort boys team. Appreciate it all year, Ben, and best of luck coming up.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Bat Tire in Frankfort is the place to go for tires in Frankfort. Why drive anywhere else? Offering a full range of tires, including Kelly tires and Hankook tires. Get the very best in tire technology for superior handling and longevity. Bat Tire will keep you on the road and headed to where you need to be. Replacements or repairs, they'll get you rolling again. Bat Tire in Frankfort, a proud supporter of the Frankfort Wildcats. Good luck.
You've reached Billy Bob's Propane. Nobody can take your call now, but somebody will get back to you sometime.
Yeah, this is Frank Jones, and I'm switching propane companies. Why? Wanklin Oil has more to offer, and to be honest, better prices. They also gave me options that fit my budget, and in case you don't remember, I called last week because I was nearly out of propane. You never called me back. I'm now out of propane.
Switching propane dealers is no big deal. Call Wanklin Oil at 1-800-794-2019. Wanklin Oil, we've had the energy since 1926.
Frankfort Wildcats Coach's Corner, a service of Blue Valley Technology, Wanklin Oil, M&R Auto Parts, Bat Tire, and the First National Bank in Frankfort.